going to their house.
I told you, Tommy, it's a pit stop. How many times did I say we have to make a pit stop first?
You didn't say at a morgue.
Ms. Korn, I'm Dr. Peck. I'm not just a medical examiner, I'm also a deputy.
Yeah, just let me see him.
My condolences for...
Just, let me see the body, will you? That's him.
You're sure?
Yeah. How did he die?
It appears to have been a coronary. He'd been dead for 3 days before he was discovered.
Where was he?
I'm told at the Grover Motel. I'm not certain.
That rundown old flea bag on Jackson?
It may very well have been an exertion heart attack. I found traces of semen, the
Yeah,
epididymis.
oversharing.
Who was he, Harry?
Said it was 3 days before anybody found him?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you're with God now, Arthur. If he'll have anything to do with you.
Who is he, Harry?
My first husband, Arthur Korn.
They hired your girlfriend, which is why I want to hire you.
Okay, I don't really have a girlfriend.
Mr. Branch, please, this is important. I need my job.
Okay, and why exactly did they fire you?
That's why.
Thanks for coming. The reason I asked you to meet me here is I wanted... This doesn't just affect me. It affects my whole family. My wife, my children. Miss Korn, I've been out of work for almost 8 months now. I have another interview this morning, but the outcome will be the same. As soon as they hear I'm a person of interest in a murder...
When was your ex-wife killed?
Almost 1 year ago.
Were you questioned?
Many times. I've done everything they've asked me to do. I've taken the polygraphs, I've submitted the DNA samples. There's nothing that connects me to the crime other than I used to be married to the victim.
And you've not hired a lawyer on this before?
No, because I thought it would just go away. I've never been arrested, but as long as they continue to call me a person of interest, it's never gonna go away. Not for me and my family, anyway.
First thing, let's contact the DA's office, see what the deal is. You want to do that?
Fine. But can we now talk about your dead husband?
What about him?
What was he doing at the Grover, for starters?
Well, they have rooms there at $10 a night. Knowing Arthur, he was probably beyond broke.
How long were you married to him?
Oh, look, Tommy, the guy's dead. He's been dead to me for a long time. I really don't feel like talking about it, okay?
Who's dead?
Nobody.
Harry, we got to decide on food for Arnold's Thursday night. You still haven't done it.
Can't we just call it off?
Well, we can't call it off. We booked it. We sent out invitations.
Listen, Lisa asked me about performing.
Tommy, not a chance.
Office parties are supposed to be embarrassing.
Within limits. You're not singing.
Cassie, meet Jody Sullivan, future lawyer.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Jody and I are doing court pretty soon. It's kind of a big case. This occurred to me we could use some help in court. You got some time?
What's the case? I didn't get into law school. Ohio Western University.
4.0 GPA at Northwestern. Killed her LSAT. It's kind of ridiculous.
Well, the criteria for admissions to any college is pretty holistic.
I happen to know for a fact I was turned down because I'm white. Someone in admissions confided to me that it had to do with affirmative action.
Oh,
So, can you second chair?
you got a second? I don't even know where to start with that. Come sit at our table, Cassie, as a black window dressing?
Okay, it's not that. Don't.
It's exactly that. And how dare you put me on the spot in front of a client like that?
I just came up with that right then. That wasn't
Why
calculated.
the hell would you come up with that at all? That I would want to be a part of a case opposing affirmative action?
Okay, forget it. Let's just...
Oh, no. We won't be forgetting this. I want to hear this.
I thought you'd be opposed because you'd see it as not only a failed policy, but also... Okay, arm cross, there it is. Affirmative action was passed half a century ago when there was state-sponsored discrimination. Now we have all kinds of anti-discriminatory
Plus, you
laws. We
think
just
that
don't-
everything's fixed now.
Well, I just think things are a lot better. We have a black president, for God's sakes. I mean, these are different times,
That
and
doesn't
policies like
eliminate
admissions need to be
racism. The purpose
race
of affirmative
neutral.
action is not
Wait,
only
we
to
have
eliminate
a qualified
discrimination,
candidate who's being
but
held
to
back for no
achieve
other reason
racial
than she's
equality.
white.
We're
That is
a long, long way
blatantly
away from that.
unconstitutional. It
Talking
should be
about
set
400
aside.
years of systemic discrimination, do you really think that we can undo all of that damage with 30 years of good behavior?
You know what I think? I think that you're one of the smartest women I know. It'd be a shame if everybody thought that you got where you got because of some
Get out of my office, Ollie.
With pleasure.
Unbelievable. I'm just curious as to what actual evidence you have against him.
He had motive access opportunity.
What motive?
He was paying her a lot in alimony. In fact, they argued over it the week before. He also knew her keypad access number.
He also has an alibi.
Yes, his wife, who might be biased.
That's it?
Well, Harry, if we had a case, we'd arrest him. He's simply a person of interest.
But Rosanna, by calling him that, you essentially ruin his life.
Well, I'm sorry about that. What do you expect us to do?
Declare that he's not a person of interest.
But that would be a lie. Come on, he's the ex. He's got motive. We have no other suspects.
Well, then arrest him and let him have his day in court. Can't you see how unfair this is? He has no opportunity to clear his name, and this murder just hangs over him in perpetuity.
I don't know what to tell you. You'd really rather I arrest the man? I think not. Carl, would you excuse us? You too, Ick. I want to talk to Harry about something else. I heard about your ex-husband. It's either sorry or mazel tov. I'm not quite sure. I guess I'll go with sorry. Are you okay?
Rosanna, I haven't heard from the man, or of him for that matter, for over 20 years.
Which husband was he? I heard you'd had quite a few.
My first.
Ouch. The one you married for all the wrong reasons. The one you really loved. Look, if you ever feel the need to talk, you know, I've heard there are people that do that sort of thing. Off you go now.
I got an idea.
Uh-oh.
We sue the DA's office for slander, defamation of character, and we also go after Odom personally. He's the handling DA.
He'd have qualified immunity. We can't.
No, he wouldn't. Or shouldn't. It's person of interest thing. There's no legal authority for that. He shouldn't enjoy any immunity.
What kind of message does this send our kids? Study hard in school, get good grades, walk the walk, you'll be rewarded. Unless, of course, your school decides to reward somebody else based on skin color.
I'm sure if you were turned down, it was just because you were being a dope and had nothing to do.
Fine. Why not?
Oliver, this issue is before the Supreme Court. What state court judge would even take jurisdiction?
She's enrolled in the fall term. She's being victimized right now.
Okay, look, without taking a side, let me just say.
Take her side. Adam, I can see it. Don't say without taking sides, then completely back her.
You have to at least appreciate the goal of affirmative action.
No, I don't. Okay, you know what the goal of affirmative action was? Go ahead, cross the arms. The main goal was to give the disadvantaged kids a little bit of a boost. Now, my client came from a poor neighborhood. She went to bad schools. She's every bit as disadvantaged.
The main goal was diversity in life and in school and couldn't be left up to chance.
My client's being punished because of her skin color.
All right,
Now,
all
look, don't
right.
you think it's demeaning to give minorities an advantage? It's like saying, look, I know you can't make it on your own, so we're going to spot you a head start. What? What'd I say?
Adaman? No.
Hey,
You actually took this guy's case.
well, he has a case. He can't discriminate against a person for appearance.
He has no teeth.
He has dentures.
Which he constantly takes out.
Phoebe, it's not like the guy's in sales. He's in accounting. He stays mostly tucked away in his office. He gets terminated. Why? Because his coworkers don't want to look at him? Really?
Adam, it's a white-collar business. He walks around with no teeth.
You're being very, very childish. You do realize that, right?
Got it, childish. Get out.
You know, even the liberal state of California got rid of affirmative action, realizing that it was bogus.
Don't start with me.
And under race-neutral admission policies, the minority graduation rates have gone up. Why? Because applicants get in based on merit.
Earth to Dumbo, it's not just about enrollment, it's also about equality. And if you looked at education, jobs, economy, wealth, prison, you'd see that people of color face a very different reality than those whose ancestors
Suppose the National Hockey League wanted more blacks, or the NBA wanted more whites. Should we just get rid of skill as a criterion and
now
impose
you're
some
just
kind
being
of-
stupid!
No, my point is, this society functions best as a meritocracy.
Which would be nice if we had a level playing field.
If you
which
ask
we
me,
do
programs
not.
like affirmative action only perpetuate racial obsession.
Oh, where did
Which
you
you'd
go
be
to
able
school,
to see if you weren't
Ollie?
so proud about your black guilt, which you have no right to. You're not even black.
Get out of my office! You white racist pig!
Hey.
Let's go in my office. The district attorney is not going to retract the label. They have no other suspects. They don't necessarily have reason to believe you did it, but since you're the ex with motive, and the two of you fought the week before, you're of interest.
So this suspicion, it just hangs over me forever?
It might.
And I have no opportunity to clear my name?
The only possible recourse would be to sue the district attorney for an abuse of power or discretion.
Then let's do that.
Well, it's not a winner, and it could compound the damage.
They took my house.
I beg your pardon?
The bank accelerated my mortgage and called in the loan.
Why?
Because I'm out of work. Because of this person of interest thing, they say I don't figure to get a job, and they don't want to wait till I default.
Okay. That changes things. Be ready to go to court tomorrow.
Are you sure you want to make a big federal case out of this?
No, only state. And I don't see why this is so amusing to you. He lost his job in this economy.
Well, now he can look for a better job, get some better choppers.
This isn't funny.
Okay, look, how about this? Don't file yet. Let me depose him, get his story, and then we'll see if we can make it go away.
Cassie? I'm sorry. I didn't mean the black guilt comment. That was just way out of line. I feel like you're coming down on me, so I just sort of lashed back and... Cassie, look at me. I'm sorry. I really am.
You really loved basketball as a kid, didn't you, Ollie?
Yeah?
And if the NBA had just established a white quota, you might just have made it.
My client, Jody, she went to an inner city school in the worst part of Cincinnati. Do you really think it's fair that some rich kid who goes to a private school gets preferential treatment?
Of course not.
But he or she would if he or she were black. Okay, can we just agree to disagree and not take it personal? Can we do that?
Ollie, to a lot of people of color, affirmative action is personal.
This is ridiculous. How the hell does she sue me personally?
Oh, just filled out a couple of forms.
I will quash this so fast.
No, you won't. Counsel, little unorthodox, suing the DA's office.
And me personally?
Well, this whole person of interest thing is a bit unorthodox.
Oh, really? Tell that to the President of the United States, who allows us to even detain...
I'll tell him a few other things, too. It's a pile of crap. Everybody in this room knows it. If you want to call somebody a suspect, then call him a suspect.
The President of the United States...
Oh, you shut up.
Judge, you can't sue a DA personally. That much is clear. We do have immunity.
Qualified immunity, and not when you act outside the scope of your authority.
But you have that written on your hand.
All right, all right. We're not going to do this in here. You want to take this into the courtroom? Let's do that and get it on the record, if that's what you really want.
I do.
All right. Tomorrow, 10 a.m.
Suing me personally.
Yeah, I'll sue your mother, too. I bet you still live with her.
All right.
Let's get the troops to do some research, see if we have any grounds to make a meal out of this.
All we have to do is make out a claim for damages, which should be easy.
Yeah. Hello? Yeah, this is she. What the hell do I care? No, you can't burn him. He hated fire. He wasn't a Catholic, so his final destination shouldn't be fire.
What was that?
Oh, nobody's claiming Arthur's body, so the city evidently just cremates them if...
Nobody's claiming? He doesn't have family?
Well, the thing about Arthur was he just had a knack for driving everybody away.
Well, you can't just let him get cremated with no service.
Well, I'm not gonna pay for a funeral. What, are you kidding me? What? Oh, for God's sake.
Food? Check. Entertainment? Check. Designated drivers? Check. We're all checked out. We're ready. Okay. Listen, given our bumpy patch, you and I should find a moment to get a drink at the party. Make out. I mean, make up. Okay. And maybe a dance. Guys love watching two girls dancing together.
He was Jewish. So get him in the ground as fast as you can, or else he goes to Jewish hell.
If I could just collect some general information on the deceased, social security number, certificate of birth.
Yeah, I have none of that crap. Just dig the hole.
Harry, we're just looking for a simple but dignified burial.
And how many will we be expecting at the service?
Counting him, 1. Do you dig the hole yourself, or do you have helpers? Can I speak to them?
Harry, you were married to this man. What do we do first?
The selection of a casket. We offer a nice variety, beginning with the Truman, 20-gauge steel with a crepe interior. It's very basic, not something I typically recommend. I might suggest the Promethean blue velvet, very popular in Cincinnati, dignified, understated, and in my mind, quite timeless.
How much?
$32,800.
We'll take the hefty. You're going to Jewish hell too, by the way. What a crook. $17,000 for a funeral. Can you believe that crap? 17 grand. I mean, why can't people just walk into the woods like dogs to die? Which he was one.
Harry, I don't know what your relationship was with this guy in the end, but you married him. You had to have loved him.
So?
So that puts him on the short list of important people in your life. To talk about him like...
You didn't know him, Adam.
It doesn't matter. If he was worthy of your love, he's worthy of a decent funeral. Even at 17 grand, you get the money.
Who assigned you the job of moral commissioner here? I'd like to know that.
You only get one chance to say goodbye to the man.
Which I did, some 30 years ago.
What was he like?
What does it matter?
I'm just curious. You're my friend. You married this person. What was he like?
He was a party. Not much more than that. I met him when I was his legal secretary. He insisted I go to law school, said I'd be good at it. We fell in love, and we got married.
And what happened?
What didn't? He was a drunk, he was a gambler, he was a womanizer. He was the biggest scoundrel I ever met. He was a hell of a party.
It's mainly a discovery tool for the defense, so just answer only the questions that are asked. Don't feel the need to volunteer information.
Okay.
You can go right in the conference room. We'll start as soon as she gets here.
Okay, thanks.
Harry, Jenna called. She's got meetings or trade shows all week. She won't make the party.
No. Well, let's just call the stupid thing off then.
And we're not gonna call it off. It's our anniversary. Not to mention a pretty big deal. It's pretty hard to launch a law firm in this climate, much less a successful shoe store.
It's possible. Possible the judge may ask you questions. Highly unlikely, but...
What would he ask?
She, and it could be anything. She's a hot judge, meaning she interrupts a lot. Now, what are the things she may ask about as your other choices? Why Ohio Western when you got into 2 other schools?
Their financial aid packages were such that I couldn't afford to go there. State school is my only option.
That's what you tell them. Now, listen, Jody, this is a bit of a long shot, especially since the Supreme Court is ruling on this very issue in the fall. Could be good news in the future, but today's court may very well decide to defer. That won't be any help for you in the fall semester. But are you ready?
Ready.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry, I can't look at him.
Excuse me?
I can't stop thinking about my uncle who would pop his dentures and make us all laugh.
Will you please grow up?
I'm sorry, dentures regress me to like...
The person of interest label is destructive. It has no basis in the law whatsoever. And it amounts to prosecutorial misconduct, which the DA...
I'm sorry, if that's where you're going, the President of the United States of
Oh,
America...
again with the president. This does not involve the president.
Of course it does. Your Honor, the Commander-in-Chief himself, who we know is pro-individual rights, pro-due process, pro-constitution. In fact, he's a constitutional scholar. He not only legitimized person of interest, he issued an executive order saying it was legal to even detain such persons without giving them the opportunity to be heard.
And it's utter hooey.
Miss Korn, we're not going to make this about politics.
Fine. Let's keep it about due process. Person of interest is the prosecutor's favorite new toy, and it's utter fiction. Go through every procedural and substantive law book, penal code. You'll see terms like accused, alleged, indict, subject, target, material witness, and all these terms are legally defined. But nowhere would you find this ridiculous person of interest, because it does not exist. I could move for a probable cause hearing for my client if he was arrested as a suspect. The Constitution grants rights to suspects. But with person of interest, they get to end run his right to a hearing, his right to an attorney.
We're at a hearing now. He's got an attorney.
Not on this bogus charge. Your Honor, he passed a lie detector. He has completely cooperated. There is no evidence to connect him to this crime. His children have to go to school. They're subject to taunting.
Your Honor, how is
I'm
this...
talking. There sits the murder victim's own family. Even they will vouch for George Pellman. They will tell you that there is no way that he could have... If you want to ruin his life, then at least give him his day in court. Give him a chance to clear his name.
Mr. Odom, this does seem pretty outrageous, not to mention unfair.
Due process is required only when the state seeks to deprive a person of life, liberty, or property. Loss of reputation does not trigger due process.
My client has been deprived of liberty. He's also lost property. The bank just took his house.
He has not lost property as defined by the Constitution.
Why exactly do you consider this man a person of interest in the death of his ex-wife?
Well, first, he would have motive. He would get to stop making alimony payments if she were dead. He knew her keep had access. They actually argued the week before.
That's it.
Which is why we haven't declared him an actual suspect. Do you want me to sing it? I'll hop on one leg if you want. He's not a suspect. He's not a suspect. He's not a suspect. But as an ex with motive and opportunity, all person of interest means is he's on our radar as a possibility. We'd be derelict if he was not on our radar.
The problem is, Your Honor, person of interest connotes way more than he's a what-ifer or he's on our radar. It suggests focus. It suggests he's the one we're honing in on. That's why it's so destructive. I mean, this man, his family, their lives have been irreparably devastated. And they have absolutely no recourse. I could think of nothing more profoundly unfair. This is wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. And we need to fix it today.
Were you told that the discharge was related to your not having... you know?
I was told that I was a distraction. I was told that my appearance was causing a breakdown in the decorum of the work atmosphere.
Okay.
And by the way in which I lost my teeth, it was an automobile accident where 2 lives were lost. One, a very dear friend of mine.
I am very sorry.
Thank you.
So, as I understand it, it's not your having dentures that was an issue, but you're taking them out.
The dentures, for whatever reason, are painful. And so to get relief, I sometimes pop them out of my mouth, slightly, just to take the pressure off. And this is what they object to.
I see. Actually, may I see? Can you pop them out? And you walk around the office like that?
Sometimes.
Okay. And they just stay out like that?
No, I pop them out, put him back, whatever, when I need to get relief.
Okay, Nelson, I think I get it. You get it, counsel?
Fine.
You want to take another look, just so...
No, I'm good.
Okay. And, sir, there are reports that sometimes you click them. You pop them in and out. Click, click, click.
Right.
May I see that, what we're talking about?
I'm sorry.
Do you think this is funny, counsel?
No. No, it's certainly not.
You know, maybe we should take a break.
No. No. I'm sorry. You totally did that to me on purpose.
I did not.
You did too.
Okay, maybe a little on purpose.
It's really not funny.
Not a bit.
People lost lives in this.
Shame.
Stop. Can we just settle this?
Oh, you want to settle now?
Yes.
Make me an offer.
No, you make me an offer.
You want me to make you an offer?
I do.
I'll make an offer. How's that?
That's a start. You need to throw in some money as well.
No, you want money now.
You laughed at me.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. I saw you. You laughed.
Well, look, it's a good offer. I think we should take it. $29,000.
But why did you laugh?
Well, the clicking caught me off guard.
People died in that accident.
I know. It's awful. It's a good offer.
Affirmative action is simply outdated.
That right?
What's more, it is intrinsically unfair. People like my client lose out. This is supposed to be a meritocracy. But
No,
Jody
it is
Sullivan-
not. It has never been that. School admissions are about more than highest grades or best scores.
My client was denied because she's white. I'll say it again. Because she's white. Suppose she were kept out because she was black.
That'd be different.
Why?
Because then she'd be black. Right now, she's white.
Look, nobody has a right to admission. A school can take you or reject you for anything they want. Ohio Western takes kids on how well they can quarterback.
No doubt. But what if they started only recruiting white quarterbacks or black ones? Would you be okay with that, Your Honor?
Which? The black or the white?
You think this is funny?
No. What I think is funny, counsel, is that you don't get it. Affirmative action is not just about leveling a playing field. It's about redeeming a past wrong. A pretty big wrong.
My client didn't commit those wrongs. Why should she be punished?
It's not about fairness.
Nor does this policy reward the people who were actually victimized.
It is about a school's need to create a diverse student body.
That is no reason to eliminate fairness from the equation. This is a court of law. She's got a 4.0 GPA. Her test.
Standardized tests have always been biased against blacks and Hispanics.
That is a separate issue.
Oh, no, it is not. Martin Luther King tested below average on verbal aptitude.
That's probably because he went to a crappy school, and so did she.
Do I get to talk?
Yes, there is a testing gap. There is an educational gap. Kids that go to inner city schools do not get the same opportunities. Shouldn't it be our goal to fix that, instead of trying to rig the system to eliminate merit?
And no doubt we're trying. But in the meantime, what? And that's a very big meantime.
Okay, if you are so determined to have an affirmative action program, at least let it be based on class. Now, kids that come out of the bad schools, give them an edge. Sure, if you want to. But to give preferential treatment based on race or skin color goes against everything our country stands for, as well as the principles of its greatest heroes, including Martin Luther King.
All right, look, you make a lot of valid... Well, I'm sure there's a valid point in there somewhere. But this very issue is before the Supreme Court, which means I'm not the decider here. Justice Scalia, Justice Roberts, they get to be the deciders.
Okay, this problem is not going to wait until the fall.
I know your problem. Miss Sullivan, I realize this isn't fair. But just by me taking this case, the Supreme Court is telling me this issue is above my pay grade.
You are purposely choosing not to get involved because you do not want to help.
Okay. Plaintiff's motion is denied. Adjourned.
Sorry, it's just not fair.
Well, Like you said, it was a long shot. Thanks for trying to help, Mr. Richard.
Harry, I've decided to give my 2 weeks' notice.
What? Why?
It's just time to move on, I think.
Close the door. Look, love hurts. From everything I've read, it's supposed to. I'm sure seeing Adam with Phoebe is...
It isn't that.
Chanwa. Whatever the hell's going on with them, don't let it derail you. Other than that one little mass firing, you've been a tremendous success here. And what's more, this law firm isn't just me or Adam, it's all of us. You included. Your resignation is rejected.
Not bad, Judge, let me ask you a question. Did you listen to anything at all I said today?
Not really.
I mean, you can't expect me to throw them all out.
You're exceeding capacity, man.
Hey, Harry, want me to handle this?
No, absolutely not. Cassie, could you work something out with Fireman Joe here? He says that we've got too many people. Flash him some leg.
Okay.
Hello? Now? You gotta be kidding me.
What?
The judge has come back with our ruling.
Now?
Hasn't he got a life?
I'll go, Harry.
No, I'll go.
No, this is your party. I can get there and back in 30 minutes. I won't miss anything.
Tell George I'll call him later.
Will do.
I tell you, Harry, if there was ever a night you and I were gonna hump like rabbits, this would be it, don't you think?
Okay, Sam, you're officially cut off.
Let's go back to my place. Pull out the sprinkler and watch the back and forth.
Another time.
Mr. Pellman, I concur. There is no rational basis to either suspect or implicate you in this crime. But there's not much I can do about this person of interest tag because the term, it doesn't mean anything. The real problem is the media. They chomp for copy. And if they don't have a suspect, they need something to run with, hence person of interest. The police and the DAs like it because they get to convey progress in a case where, in truth, they got nothing. I can't stop them from using the term because, as endangered as free speech is, we technically still allow it. Your only recourse, as you suspect, is a defamation claim. which I'm allowing to stand, not only against the DA's office, but also against Mr. Odom personally.
You cannot be serious.
Mr. Odom, if you want to throw around this person of interest term, fine. But if you do so with negligence and cause damages, this case goes on, adjourned.
Well, how about that?
I guess it's a start anyway.
Hell of a party, Ollie. Hey, that your girly girl up there? Hot stuff, Ollie. Hot stuff. Thanks.
Figured you would throw a party like this.
What do you mean?
Adam, your firm is a loony bin.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Malcolm, I'm Meg. What's up? Buy you a drink.
I'm underage, plus I'm part of the designated driver team.
Look at this madness, Malcolm. All started because you jumped off a building.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to thank all of you for coming. I don't know who the hell most of you are, but thanks anyway. And with any luck, we'll get a chance to do this next year. I don't usually go in for this crap, but I'm gonna sing a little song. Never mind. I don't sing too well, and I don't play this thing too well either. So if I suck, just pretend I don't, okay? But I'd like to take it down a little bit, and if you'll indulge me, I'd like to sing this one for an old friend. Take me home, you silly boy. Put your arms around me. Take me home, you silly boy. All the world's not round without you. I'm so sorry that I broke your heart. Please don't leave my side. Take me home, you silly boy, 'cause I'm still in love with you. Take me home,
You silly boy, all the world's not round without you. I'm so sorry that I broke your heart. Please don't leave my side. Take me home, you silly boy, 'cause I'm still in love with you. What are you guys doing here? Look, beat it. You didn't even know him.
We know you and love you.
Look, you don't have to.
Yes, we do.
You're a hell of a group.
I didn't have anything else to do, all right?
Rosanna.
Get over it, Harry. You loved the guy.
Yeah. I did. Thanks.
Did I miss the sappy eulogy? Can I go?
Why don't we all go together?
I'm so sorry that I broke your heart. Please don't leave my side. Oh, take me home, you silly girl, 'cause I'm still in love with you.
You stinker!